On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Photograph.
A picture or image that is produced by a camera, a visual representation or record of a person, object, or scene that has been captured electronically or on film.
Examples:
Photograph album. Photograph memories. I found an old photograph of my grandparents from their wedding day.
March.
To walk militarily with stiff, regular steps.
Examples:
March against the war. March east. The troops marched shoulder to shoulder.
Oath.
A solemn promise or affirmation, often made in a formal public setting, to do something or adhere to certain principles or beliefs, a formal declaration of one's commitment to a particular course of action, organization, or duty.
Examples:
Oath of allegiance. Promise an oath. He took an oath to uphold the law as a police officer.
Identify.
To recognize someone or something and say or prove who or what they are.
Examples:
Identify handwriting. Identify gene sequences. I will introduce you to how to identify the leading causes of the malfunction.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Perceive.
To become aware or conscious of something through the senses.
Examples:
Perceive a threat. Perceive light. Australia is widely perceived as having low levels of corruption.
Uniform.
Always the same, showing a single form or character in all occurrences. Noun, the special set of clothes worn by members of a particular group as a means of identification.
Examples:
At a uniform temperature. Our school uniform. This country has a nationally uniform culture.
Preserve.
To keep or maintain a particular quality, feature, etc., especially to prevent it from decaying, being damaged, or being destroyed.
Examples:
Preserve my strength. Preserve a country's heritage. They worked hard to preserve the nature of their native lands.
Dignity.
The quality of being worthy of esteem or respect, high office or rank or station.
Examples:
Respect for human dignity. Retain everyone's dignity. The failure destroyed his trust and personal dignity.
Guarantee.
To promise something will happen formally, especially that certain conditions about a product, service, or transaction would be met.
Examples:
guarantee a high quality, guarantee women equality. We cannot guarantee enough raw material sources.
Co-production.
The joint creation of a product or service by two or more individuals or groups, often involving the collaboration between private industry and government or non-profit organizations.
Examples:
co-production of goods, co-production in filmmaking. International co-productions have become increasingly popular in recent years.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
relation between cause and effect, relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Mistrust.
To have doubts or suspicions about the honesty or sincerity of someone.
Examples:
mistrust a young man, mistrust the government. He mistrusted her apology because of her past lies.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
government bureaucracy, government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Intertwine.
To twist together or become twisted together.
Examples:
intertwine thread, intertwine story. The vines intertwine to form a thick canopy overhead.
Communicate.
To share or exchange information with others by speaking, writing, moving your body, or using other signals.
Examples:
communicate his anxieties to the psychiatrist. Communicate well with my advisor. Dolphins use sound to communicate with each other.
Advent.
The arrival or beginning of something, the coming of Jesus Christ at his birth.
Examples:
Advent calendar. Celebrate the advent of spring. The advent of the internet has dramatically changed the way we communicate.
Examine.
To study or consider a person or object attentively and thoroughly to learn something about them.
Examples:
examine the data studiously. Examine the issue. Initially, we must examine all project-related expenses.
Frisk.
To search for someone or something in a quick, lively manner, often to discover something hidden or suspicious, to frolic or skip about in a lively or playful manner.
Examples:
frisk around the yard. Frisk his pockets. The security guard stopped and frisked the suspicious-looking person at the entrance to the building.
Opposed.
Being completely different from something or disagreeing strongly with something.
Examples:
Two opposed characters. Absolutely opposed to abortion. I'm strongly opposed to that plan.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Locate.
To specify or determine the exact position of someone or something.
Examples:
Locate a missing pet. Locate a tumor. The robot can accurately locate construction material.
Coordinate.
To bring the different parts of the activity and the people into an organized, ordered, or efficient relationship. Adjective, of equal importance, rank, or degree.
Examples:
Coordinate a special project. A coordinate clause. We want to coordinate a schedule for the investigation.
Sector.
A distinct part or division of something often used to refer to a segment of an economy or industry, an area or field of work or activity.
Examples:
Industrial sector. Private sector. The technology sector is constantly evolving and innovating.
Detective.
A person whose job it is to find out information about crimes and find out who did them.
Examples:
Detective work. Detective movie. The detective diligently pursued his cases.
Collaborate.
To work with someone else to produce or achieve something.
Examples:
Collaborate with the police. Collaborate on a press release. She agreed to collaborate with him in creating new artwork.
Complain.
To say dissatisfaction or annoyance about something or somebody.
Examples:
Complain about a job. Call and complain frequently. Our users are often complaining about the slow application.
Outcry.
A strong expression of public protest, anger, or dissent.
Examples:
A great outcry. National outcry. The outcry against the new policy was heard loud and clear by the government.
Conversation.
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples:
Conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Barrier.
A fence or other obstruction that makes it hard to move or get in, any condition that makes it difficult to make progress or to achieve an objective.
Examples:
Cost barrier. Information barrier. The police placed a barrier across the street to halt traffic.
Traffic.
The movement of vehicles, people, or goods along a route or through a transport system, the amount of such movement in a particular place or at a particular time.
Examples:
Traffic jam. Heavy traffic. We decided to take a detour to avoid the construction traffic on the main road.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Transport.
A system for moving people or products from one location to another using automobiles, roads, and so on.
Examples:
Transport facilities. Access to public transport. Enhanced rail transportation is crucial for our business.
Bump.
To hit or knock against something hard, often with a dull sound, to meet with by accident.
Examples:
Bump against a wall. Bump up prices. She accidentally bumped into him in the crowded room.
Historic.
Famous or significant in history, or potentially so.
Examples:
Historic accomplishment. Achieve the historic feat. The Chinese people have accomplished several historic feats.
Narrative.
A story or a description of a series of events or process of telling a story.
Examples:
Narrative poetry. Personal narrative. The narrative handles multiple plot lines and has unpredictable ends.
Implicit.
Suggested but not directly expressed.
Examples:
Implicit bias. Give implicit consent. The implicit meaning behind his words was clear, even though he did not explicitly say it.
Bias.
A strong feeling in favor of or against one group of people, an idea, or thing, often not based on fair judgment.
Examples:
Bias against a big company. Have a bias towards socialism. She researched gender bias in politics.
Shortcut.
An alternative route shorter or quicker than the usual one.
Examples:
Take a shortcut. Keyboard shortcuts. There is no shortcut to success.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Stereotype.
A fixed and unvarying idea or image that people have about what someone or something is like, but which is often not true in reality and may cause hurt and offense.
Examples:
Avoid stereotype. Negative stereotypes. Changing stereotypes about LGBTQ requires considerable effort.
Influence.
The ability to affect someone's or something's character, growth, or behavior, or the effect itself.
Examples:
Influence a child's future. Influence the daily life. The former emperor had a particular influence even after he abdicated.
Decision.
The act or process of making up someone's mind about something, a choice or judgment reached after considering options.
Examples:
Decision authority. A selfish decision. She was struggling to make a decision between two job offers.
Split.
To divide, or to make something divide into two or more parts, especially along a particular line.
Examples:
Split a bill. Split a reward equally. Companies often split their shares to lower the stock price and encourage investors to buy.
Detrimental.
Causing harm or damage.
Examples:
Detrimental eating habits. Detrimental to good health. The new policy had a detrimental impact on small businesses.
Decision maker.
A person who makes important decisions, especially at a high level in an organization.
Examples:
Policy decision maker. Act as a decision maker. A wealth of information does not always have a positive impact on decision makers.
Depart.
To go away or leave, especially to start a journey.
Examples:
Arrive and depart on time. Depart from the faith. We departed before the temperature fell below zero.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Tactics.
The methods or strategies used to achieve a specific goal or outcome, particularly in the context of military, business, or sports.
Examples:
Blitz tactics. Political tactics. The marketing team developed new tactics to boost sales.
Escalate.
To increase in intensity, size, or severity, to make something greater, worse, or more serious.
Examples:
Escalate into a major international incident. To escalate. The situation quickly escalated and turned violent.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
Art critic. Severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Folk.
People in general, especially those of a particular group or type.
Examples:
Folk art. The folk songs of a particular district. Some seaweed was used as folk medicine in ancient times.
Frontline.
In the most critical or dangerous position, in the military line or part of an army closest to the enemy.
Examples:
Frontline health workers. At the front line of the war. Within days, the new aircraft was in frontline service.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Trauma.
An emotional wound or shock often has long-lasting effects caused by a highly upsetting or shocking experience.
Examples:
Psychic trauma. Trauma care. Many civilians have suffered trauma as a result of the war.
Lift.
To raise something to a higher position or level, to pick up something or somebody and move them to a different position.
Examples:
Lift sagging skin. Lift a ban on alcohol. The drought lifted the prices of grain globally.
Peer.
A person who has the same age, status, or ability.
Examples:
Peer group. Peer review. Among young people, peer pressure can be pretty influential.
Employee.
A person who is hired to work for a business or organization in exchange for wages or salary, a worker.
Examples:
Employee benefits. Employee evaluation. The employee handbook outlines the rules and regulations that all employees must follow.
Component.
One of several parts that combines with others to form something bigger.
Examples:
Key component. Spare components for cars. The researchers try to discover a common component in all types of successful organizations.
Enforcement.
The act of ensuring that rules, regulations, or laws are obeyed or implemented. The act of applying force or pressure to compel compliance with rules or laws.
Examples:
enforcement action, enforcement officer. The enforcement of the new traffic laws led to a decrease in accidents.
Necessarily.
In an essential manner, in such a way as could not be otherwise.
Examples:
not necessarily a problem. Necessarily true. This accident was something that happened necessarily.
Enforce.
To make sure that people obey a particular law, rule, or situation.
Examples:
enforce the law. Enforce a contract. Governments make rules, and police enforce them.
Legislative.
Having to do with the process of making laws, relating to or serving as a branch of government that makes laws, such as a legislative assembly or legislature.
Examples:
legislative process. Legislative power. The legislative branch of government creates and passes laws.
Racial.
Of or related to the race, equals classification of humans into groups based on physical traits or social relations.
Examples:
racial prejudice. Racial and ethnic backgrounds. A minor racial conflict later led to a civil war.
Desegregation.
The action or process of eliminating segregation, typically of races or ethnic groups, in educational, social, or other institutions.
Examples:
desegregation plan. Legal desegregation. Desegregation of schools was a major social issue in the 1960s.
Acknowledge.
To accept or admit the existence, reality, or truth of something. To accept that someone or something has a particular authority or quality. To express obligation, thanks, or gratitude for someone's help, commitment, etc.
Examples:
acknowledge the deed. Acknowledge his help. He never acknowledged his fault.
Resilient.
Able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions.
Examples:
a hard and resilient steel. Resilient population. She is a resilient person and has always bounced back from setbacks.
Faith.
Complete trust in something or someone's ability or knowledge, a strong belief in religion, divine power, etc.
Examples:
religious faith. Faith in government. He kept his robust faith in his company.
Philosophy.
The study of general and fundamental questions, such as those about existence, reason, knowledge, values, mind.
Examples:
Philosophy of education. Western philosophy. Ethics is a branch of philosophy.
Fundamental.
Forming an essential base or core from which everything else develops or is affected.
Examples:
Fundamental education. Fundamental rights. Human behavior has fundamental characteristics.
Ideology.
A set of beliefs or philosophies that an economic or political system is based on.
Examples:
The ideology of the left. Political ideology. Racial equality is an integral part of democratic ideology.
Wallow.
To lie or roll about in a relaxed, lazy manner, to indulge oneself excessively in something, often in a way that is seen as self-pitying or unproductive. Noun, a state of self-indulgent or self-pitying emotions or behavior.
Examples:
Emotional wallow. Wallow in self-pity. After a long day, I like to wallow in a hot bath to relax my muscles.
Embrace.
To accept something willingly and enthusiastically. Noun, the act of clasping another person in the arms as in greeting or affection.
Examples:
Embrace an opportunity. A warm embrace. The woods embrace the house.